Ready, ready, ready. We are live. We are live. I think we're live. Are we? Yes, we're live. We're live. We're live. I love it. I love it. Now, before we go deep into this conversation about Thailand, because mind blown over Thailand, right? So before we go deep into this conversation about Thailand and also Dubai as well, like this is what had happened was, right? We got to introduce everyone present. So if you've never been here before, I am Reverend Valerie Love. This is the Valerie Love YouTube channel. And if you're watching on Facebook, you are in on the Valerie Love Facebook fan page. And I get to lead global retreats all around the world, spiritual retreats that give you rapid, radical, permanent transformation. We're looking for transformation. And the author of over 20 books on practical spirituality. We're also live in the Soul Excursions Facebook group. Now, with that said, I'm going to turn it over to Harmony. And then, Harmony, you can send it to the next divine being.
Well, hello everyone. Happy Saturday if you're watching us live. Yes. I've been to 21 countries and Thailand was so, I don't want to say so far and above, but for me, it was my favorite country. It was the most heavenly experience. There's something about being on the soil of Thailand that was so healing, and it was amazing to share it with these beautiful beings here. Um, some people know me as Table, some people know me as Harmony, but however you know me, just know that there is so much love here for you, and we hope that you join us on one of our upcoming excursions. Now I'm going to turn it right on over to Shimoda.
Good morning, everyone. I am Shimoda of Shimoda Accessories. I'm an artist and I make jewelry and fiber art, and I'm also an author. And Thailand was my dream trip of my lifetime. And I will be going back. And I guess we're going to be talking more about that. So I'm going to pass it on to Nana.
God this morning, everyone. I'm Nana Okomfo, Afua, Serwaa of Trauma Services. Thailand. As I think about every day since, it's like each day got progressively better. If you're not living your dreams and doing transformational travel, you're not living. I'm just sorry. I ain't trying to hurt anybody's feelings. I know I'm starting out the gate off the top a little
Came out the
rough.
gate with it. Come
But
on.
I'm just going to tell you the truth. If you're not traveling and experiencing, as I say, yeah, Mother Earth, nature, the creator, and all these different places, you're not living. You got to go. You got to go. So Thailand was beautiful, and I'm looking forward to sharing more with you as we continue with our conversation this morning.
Oh my goodness, I love it. Okay, so since you set it off already, a Kumfo Afua Serwaa, you and your hubby came. And people love to ask us, people love to come on and say, hey, ladies, and hi, ladies. They don't realize that everyone in this live stream has a partner, and Harmony's partner is not a man. The rest of our partners are men. There's a lot of men around, so I'm not sure. Both Shimoda and Afua Sawa are married. So just because you don't see the men front and center doesn't mean the men don't exist. And at Thailand, we had three whole men with us. We had Harmony's father, Harmony's brother, and Afua Sawa's husband. So y'all came on together. So Afua Sawa, tell us why you said yes to Thailand. Why did you say yes to that?
I knew transformational travel was necessary. So just listening to you and the family every morning just reminded me to get back out there. With COVID, I had kind of got, or the pandemic or whatever we call it, I
Yeah.
had become a little sheltered. I hadn't been out. I hadn't really gone anywhere. So I'm like, what are you doing? The creator has you. Wherever you go, you're protected. Wherever you travel, you're well. All is well. It's going to be fine. So go. And I was excited, or no, elated to have the opportunity to go. So as I'm preparing and getting my golden ticket and doing what I needed to do, my husband's sitting over here crying. What you doing? I said, well, I told you we coaching everybody going to Thailand, the family going to Thailand. Oh, y'all are? Yeah, we are. he was a little hesitant, a little apprehensive, and then as he saw that ticket, got, but well, you didn't get me a ticket? Oh, you're coming to Thailand, okay. And he raves about it too. It was just beautiful. The experience together, transformational travel together, because I'm quick to jump and go with the family, with the Soul Excursion family and the family. But he's a little more hesitant because, oh, it's all women. Y'all go and have a girls' trip. It's not a girls' trip. No, we transforming. It is not a girls' trip. And so he this time realized that more than ever. That it was about transforming. I think he felt the energy of Thailand. I mean, he turned into somebody I almost didn't know when we got to the Tiger Park. So
what happened when we got to the Tiger Park? What happened when we got?
He was in the line paying for those tickets, and I was still at the window looking like, "Are we going in there? Is that a real tiger?" And he's in line paying.
And he was already on the line, getting the tickets to go in and take pictures with the tigers.
Yes, absolutely. And I'm like, who is this person? You should be more fearful than me.
He was beating you to the punch.
So it was definitely an experience of a lifetime for sure.
Thailand is just, there's no words. There are no words for Thailand. Shimoda, so Thailand was a dream. Could you tell us what you told us about? Could you tell everyone here what was your dream thing with Thailand? Could you tell us about that?
Okay, so maybe about 30 years ago, at least 30 years ago, my friends went to Thailand and they told me how wonderful the people, the food, the culture, everything was so wonderful. And it just resonated with me when they talked about it. So it's like, I gotta go. But I just never gave myself permission to do it. And when you talked about your trips, and I wasn't thinking about going to any of those trips. It wasn't in my mind. But then you said, I have a special announcement. Sign up on Saturday or whatever to hear the special announcement, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, okay. So I'm on there, listening to the special announcement. And you said, okay, I just found out we're going to Thailand. It's like, what? Thailand, that's where I want to go. So my body was just like pulsating.
You can feel the resonance.
Yeah. It was just all these bubbles and stuff. It's like, this is it. This is time. And my husband and I had been talking about it because he's known that I've been wanting to go. So and I called Kamor, and who follows you. And I said, she's going to Thailand. She's going to Thailand. I think I should go. It's kind of like I needed permission, but like my body and my spirit was like, yes, this is a yes.
So you're saying something really profound, Shimoda, because this is something we find happens to people a lot of times. They go to the website or they hear about it and they're like, ooh, yes. Like spirit is telling you, move, like, yes. And then we still, but I don't know. Let me go ask my girlfriends. Let me go ask. Still, we have that thing that puts the brakes on, even when spirit is pressing the gas.
Right. It's like the human thing. It's the body thing. And then the spirit, like just go with spirit.
Yes, just go with spirit. Yeah.
Yeah. And I remember my husband was in the bathroom, brushing his teeth. And I said, KAISI's trip is going to Thailand. Like, it's going to Thailand. And he's like, oh, great. That's, wonderful. You're like, you're going. And it's like, yeah, I'm going. I was still hesitant, but it just had to like seep into my being.
And how long had you had this dream, Shimoda?
Over 30 years.
30 years.
Before I met Luther, I believe.
Wow.
Yeah, before I got married.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been, and I traveled. It's not like I haven't been anywhere.
Sure.
Been to Egypt and what have you, but just Thailand. I don't know what that was about Thailand, but it was meant. Maybe I was supposed to go with you.
Yes, it was perfect. So you decided you were going to Thailand, but then you decided you were going to do this whole month-long thing after
Yeah.
you said, "Hey, yeah, I'm going with y'all to Phuket." And so what happened? After
Yeah.
you said
That
yes,
was
what happened?
yes, yes. And so what happened? What happened was uh that I said, okay, it's a week in Phuket, right? And then you're always going to Dubai. And
Dubai. That's right.
so, and Luther was like, well, you're going to do the Dubai. If you go to Dubai, you might as well go see your family in Saudi Arabia. So it's like, okay, okay, that sounds, like a plan. And then since Thailand has been, my dream, it's like, well, a week is not going to do it for me to be in Thailand. I got to be in Thailand longer. So I said, let me tack on a week before I meet up with y'all and let me go to fly to Bangkok.
I
And then
just love when people just step out there and live their dreams. I just love it. Come on. It's so inspiring. When I heard this, when you were telling us where you were going, I was like, mouth hanging down. Continue.
I know it's like all or nothing. It was like I would never have thought that I would have been away for a whole month,
A month.
and that I would go by myself for a
Was
week.
that the first time you ever went to by with yourself on a global excursion like that? Is that the first time you've ever done that? Have all your other trips been with groups?
It's been with groups, but this one trip, I was supposed to go with my girlfriend to Jamaica, and she knew where we was going to stay and stuff like that. But at the last minute, she had to cancel, so I had to go by myself, and I was so scared. But Spirit took care of all of that, and I met the guy that was sitting next to me on the plane. He, helped me get to. We was going to Negril and hooked me up with somebody, and so it all worked out. It just all worked out. So I
Of
just
course, it
knew this was
always
going to work.
does. Queen Makeda, you got the link? Hop in here too. Because I see Queen Makeda in the chat now. Yay! Queen Makeda, make sure, text Harmony, message Harmony, and make sure you have the link so you can hop in here. So you went to Bangkok with yourself
Yes.
completely. How was that?
So I have a my friend and her husband, they go to Thailand every year. They didn't go during COVID, but they went every year. And so I consult with them, and they told me, stay at this hotel, you can go here, you can go there, blah, 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 blah. And so that was great. And also in the soul excursions, I put that, yeah, I'm going to Thailand. And then a friend who last time I spoke to her, she was in China teaching English. So she says, oh, if you're in Bangkok, let me know, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, what? So when I
Look
text
how everything is coming together. Yeah. After you say yes and get in movement. People want to first say to spirit, no, show me your hand first, spirit, then I'll move. It don't work that way.
her,
If that was the case, nobody would need any faith.
oh my
You would never
God.
have to have any faith and trust in the universe because the universe would always tell you everything that was going to happen before it happened. And that's not happening.
Yes, that's what happened. And so I got to meet up with her in Bangkok. And
Bangkok.
yes, and she's been living there. I didn't know. And so we had a phenomenal time together. And then she hooked me up with a friend of hers that gives private tours. And so I hooked up with her and spent the whole day with her. And we went to different marketplace, temples, artist place. And it was just phenomenal. And
Ah,
then I just ventured out and it was just great.
how did
It
you
was like
feel?
being
Did you feel
home.
afraid? Did you feel happy? Did you feel elated? Did you feel like dreams coming true? What was happening for you?
I felt ecstatic. I felt like I'm here. Uh like home, kind of felt like home.
Oh, Thailand felt like home for you.
Yes. And
Oh,
like cuz Bangkok is really busy.
yeah,
So it's the city, and so it kind of felt New York City-ish, and so since I live in New York City,
yeah,
it
yeah,
kind of felt like familiar,
yeah.
but just what I really liked was that they had shrines. It was like the old and the new. You have the new Bangkok, and then you have the temples and the shrines, and those are the old parts of Thailand, but it coexists together because you see these beautiful shrines outside the businesses, outside people's homes. And so you're walking down the street and bam, you see a shrine. And I was taking photos of these different shrines that I need to compile and make a video. So that was beautiful. And then just seeing what I really wanted to do, which the woman took me to, was seeing the golden Buddha, the
The
laying.
golden Buddha, yeah, laying down that beautiful.
Yes, that
Yes.
was beautiful, beautiful. And so
Oh,
it was like I'm seeing, like my dream is coming true. I'm living my dream. Um, it was
it's beyond words. Like you can't even really convey it to people in words. It's like you have to be there, right? You have
yeah,
to.
it's
So,
yeah, it's go ahead.
so you did Bangkok, a week in Bangkok, a week in Phuket. Then you went a week with us to Dubai because we had Thailand and Dubai. And then you did a week in Saudi Arabia and then you went back, you got back home. How
Yeah.
have you been since you've been back home? Like, are you even landed back home yet?
Ah, I'm home. I feel like I'm expanded. Um, that I talk to myself and say, you was away for months. You traveled. This is something you've never done before. And like a whole world opened up. And so like I don't have to be a person that just needs to go to one specific country at one time. Like you can hop to different,
Come on.
places.
Come on, this sounds like a Globetrotter right here because y'all do own the Globetrotter NFT. Y'all can hop all around. It's no need to just go one place and then fly all the way back home. You flew all the way here, right? So go next door, right?
Right, right.
Yes. Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
And I have to tell you that and what I didn't know was that, my husband known that, Thailand, Thailand, Thailand. And so he thanks you because that was going to be his project to get me to Thailand.
Oh,
And so,
oh, hubby was like, look, KAISI did my work for me. I'm
yes,
chilling. I love you, KAISI. Come on, keep helping my wife's dreams come true.
And I love how you shared that it was your husband's idea for you to go to Saudi Arabia to visit your family. That's so sweet.
yeah, yeah, that was amazing. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
very
your husband
supportive.
is an
So,
incredible
very supportive.
cheerleader, an incredible support, just an
Yeah,
amazing person. Yeah.
yes, yes,
Luther
yes,
is just an amazing, fun person. I
yes.
cannot wait to meet him in person. Yeah.
He can't wait to meet you too.
We're gonna have a lot of fun. We're gonna have a lot of fun. Wow. So Shimoda, would you
Mhm.
say that you're a new person now that you live this incredible Thailand dream?
Oh, definitely, 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 and I definitely will be going back. I want to see more of Thailand. That's just hitting the surface of
Yeah.
Thailand. So
Like
yeah,
you can't even really see Thailand in like a week or two, right? It's like
no,
you need to really dive in. Thailand was quite interesting with the sex exploits, huh? Anybody want to talk about that? Harmony, you want to say anything about that? The sex exploits were quite fascinating.
Let's just say you could get anything you want in Thailand. That's why everybody is just so happy. There's no crime because nothing is really considered sinful or like you just live your best life. Like the sexcapades, what about the weed? Like every
The
store had weed
weed
on the menu. Like
everywhere, completely
every
legal
every
weed.
restaurant had
Every
weed on the
restaurant
menu.
got weed on the menu. You want some weed with your dinner?
Exactly.
Wow.
Weed tea, weed brownies,
Want
weed,
some weed in
weed,
your
weed,
coffee?
weed.
Want some weed in your tea?
It was weed and everything.
They had weed brownies right at the mall. Just walk by and just I'll take
Yeah.
this weed brownie right here. Yeah, yeah. Legal
Yeah,
weed.
most of the restaurant and bars were called 420. Like it was interesting. So everybody's just happy in Thailand. No matter what side of Thailand you were on, or what side of Phuket you were on, you just were happy.
You just
There was
happy
more of
because
a
you
party
have
side.
all the weed you want, completely legal. and you have all the sex you want, any manner of sex you want, that takes care of some pretty big issues that keep people stuck in America.
Exactly. Like it was funny. I went to Patong Beach the night or two before that we had all went to Patong Beach as a group. And Patong Beach is so beautiful and
So
everything is so pretty. But when the sun sets, it's a whole nother world. So I was telling y'all, oh, wait till the sunset. I couldn't wait for the sun to set on y'all so y'all can see how
oh,
it went
I
from
was like,
day
what
to night.
is going on? The dancers came out.
Yes.
The
Vegas ain't got
Zumba.
nothing on Thailand. Vegas, sit down somewhere. You don't got nothing on Thailand.
It was
I
the old
know
Times Square.
that's exactly what I was like. I grew up in New York City, so we used to Times Square when Thailand, a Times Square in Vegas ain't got nothing on Thailand. Not when a man can sip a drink and have anything done to him that he likes while sipping a drink at a bar. Okay, it's like that in Thailand. And you can get a lady or a boy or a lady boy. You can get whatever you want.
You can have whatever you like.
You have whatever
Thailand
you like.
is definitely a place where you can have whatever you like.
And you know what I love about it? They don't have judgment about it.
No judgment zone.
No
No
judgment.
judgment zone.
Yeah. What were you thinking about that? For a while, what were you noticing? What was going
Well,
on?
we were a little taken back. We were looking because I said, but
What
baby,
part?
I told my husband, said they're free here. There's no judgment. He's like, oh, okay. So he started thinking, well, what can we get away with? No, we're on vacation. We can't get away with anything.
We're not indulging in all of the things that you can have here, like this
No,
playground.
we are not.
We're not doing all that for a while. Okay.
Yes, because he was definitely surprised. He was, oh, okay. I said, yeah, it's on the menu. You can order it. So we were definitely like, okay, we'll try a little of this, a little of that. So
Oh.
definitely it was available for you to live your best life.
And does that feel like light? It feels like when you get away from, because America is, it's a very Christian country, and there's a lot of judgment around everything. So when you go to countries where they don't have right or wrong, good and evil, all that kind of stuff, the Eastern countries are more like that. They don't have like the construct of like evil God, good God, devil God thing. They're free of that kind of thing. Christians have that big good evil thing going on. So how do you feel to be in that kind of surroundings, especially as a spiritual practitioner?
It was definitely different. In the beginning, I was like, oh, 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 oh. But that's because I've spent the majority of my life in this Western country where the judgments are quickly and easily passed. So after that, I'm like, well, these people are happy. And then I'm looking, then I'm people watching, everyone's smiling. There was no one angry, no one with a anger look or a frowned up face. Even we witnessed a car accident, a motorbike got bumped and they still, hey, got off okay. Like, you all right? They start taking care of things. Nobody was fussing. Nobody was looking angry. So I had to truly settle into feeling free. And that's why I said each day got better and better because I could feel it. Each day I woke up, I felt freer and freer and freer. Each day I was there, it got different for me. I became freer and freer. Yes.
Wow, I love that. And so we go around and we're going to show some pictures in a moment. So we go around and we do a lot of things. What about our classes and coaching? What are y'all, that's all confidential, what we talk about. But what would you like to offer to people about, our classes and our coaching? Because we go to see a lot of sites, and we also go into the beach and we go eat dinner and we do all these wonderful things. We love to get down to business and look at destiny and look at how are you showing up in the world, what's going on for you, and how can we support you in going high. So we do some intensive coaching and we do classes. So what would y'all like to say about those aspects of our trips?
I'll start. I said I appreciate having family and community that can keep you on your dharma, keep you on track. Because I had some setbacks during the pandemic, and so was kind of slipping and not doing everything that I could do to promote what Spirit has told me that I'm supposed to do. So I appreciate having family and community that helps to hold you accountable, to remind you of what your mission is, your destiny, and also to hear from people who don't know you. When you think you're explaining what you do, when you sharing what you do, and you find out you're not, it's really a good thing. So it was just a reminder for me to stay on my dharma. I have a gift. I know Spirit has, I'm here for a purpose. I have some things I need to do and work I need to do on behalf of others. So I can't be slipping. I can't be sleeping. I need to be on it and on it all the time, and know that, and make sure that I'm sharing that with others so that my gifts can be experienced.
I love that. I love that. So, what does Nana, what does Okomfo, and what does Afua Serwaa mean?
Yes, I'm a trained traditional Akan priestess in the traditional systems of Ghana, West Africa. So that title is called an Okomfo, a trained priestess. Afua is female born on a Friday. Serwaa is auntie. It's like an auntie or second in command, like in the family position. So those I had prior, and I just recently got Nana. Nana is a title of honor. I've been in a Comfo for over 15 years. So our community honored all of us, several of us in the community that are over 15 years or older, and we all received the title of Nana to indicate that our status has been growing and the work that we're doing in our community has been growing. So Nana is a title of honor. I come forward as priest, and a full Serwaa female born on a Friday.
Oh my goodness. Now, your husband is from Ghana,
Yes.
and you met him after you were already on your path of tradition, African traditional religion, and as far as the Akan path, right? You met him
Yes.
after that.
Yes.
So how did that happen?
It's funny. I began my transition from Christianity and what I was originally doing and raised in 1998, 99.
Ooh,
Mhm.
so about
So by
25 years ago.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
So I had been to Ghana 3 times prior to meeting my husband, and
And
he
you
had not
never
traveled.
met your husband, and your husband is from Ghana, and you have been in Ghana 3 times. I just found that so amazing.
Yes. He had not traveled to America, but I had been to Ghana 3 times. And we laugh about it all the time. I said, you traveled all the way around the world to find you a Ghana girl.
Exactly.
So I had traveled 3 times prior to him. I had already adopted a traditional African lifestyle and ideology and worldview. Um, Here in the district DMV, the DC, Maryland, Virginia area, I had already adopted that. I have a huge community and group here that I work with. And I traveled to Ghana, still never met him, never bumped into him, but he came here. We were at a funeral of all places. Because, funerals aren't fun. Everybody's crying. And when I cry, I turn red. I was looking like a big peach. Just as red in the face, no makeup, didn't feel pretty. And he said he was heart palpitating when he saw me. I was like,
oh, come on
now.
Look, even when I'm crying, I still got it. Come on.
I said that was all spirit because I didn't feel pretty. I was crying. It was one of my best girlfriends. Grandmother had transitioned, and I was doing some libations and words at the service. I was officiating, and I just was not in the mood of looking for a man, and definitely not looking for a spouse or a partner, any of that. I was focused on her family. I loved her grandmother, so I was equally as sad. So I was just carrying everything, and I didn't feel pretty. Nothing about the day was positive at all for me. And this man over here, his heart was racing when he saw me. Who is that? I must know her. I said, oh, okay. Well, I was doing it. So
at the funeral, he was like, who's that?
Yes, that's how we officially met here in the States when he was here visiting his family, and I was officiating a funeral.
Look at that. So when he found out that you were an Okomfo, were you an Okomfo at that point?
Yes, I was.
What did he say when he found out that you were an Okomfo?
He said what most continental Africans say. They don't really believe it. The first
Yeah,
thing
because
is how
Americans
could
are trying to front and act like they're African and they're not.
yes,
Yeah.
they don't believe that traditionally that you in the West could do the traditions of the continent, which is not true. We all have the same blood running in our veins with ancestral memory. So he was a
So
little
African, mainland African and traditional Africans from Africa, born and raised in Africa, can overcome a belief, and the belief is faulty, that American African Americans that are in the I would say even the broader diaspora, maybe
yes.
even throughout the Caribbean, right? And one that we are not the legitimate ones to really legitimately do the traditions, though that's not the case because we do have many legitimate priests and priestesses throughout the diaspora of all the African traditional religions.
True, and becoming more so prevalent in the diaspora than at home on the continent.
Sure is. It's growing like wildfire in America
Yes.
and the diaspora. Yes, it
Yes.
is.
Yes.
So, how did he get over that?
We talked about it a lot in the beginning because I thought it would be problematic for him and his because he grew up Christian and tradition, and that's kind of how it works in Ghana. They may go to church and be a part of Christianity and even Catholicism, but they also practice traditional spirituality at home and in the community. So I think he just was so dumbfounded that this was even possible. And then once he believed that it was, he was like, oh, okay. So I think he just needed time to get with it. And then as he saw my abilities manifest themselves,
Look, because you over there sitting there talking to the ancestors and speaking to dead people and have a whole shrine and all that. If he didn't know when he met you, he was about to find out.
he did. I took him into a dream with me. We were in the dream
Oh,
together. And when I
wow.
woke up and I said, babe, didn't you remember seeing the blue light? And all that, he looking at me, he was so like caught off. But I said,
He
you
was
were in the
shook.
dream with me. This is our first dream together. I'm excited. I'm like,
Look,
yay.
you're happy with your spirit powers, and he like,
Yes, we're connected. We're married. We're connected now. And he freaking out like, yeah, we were in the same dream. How did you do that? And I'm
how
like,
did you do that?
honey, who did you think you married? I told you who I
Like, who
was
you think
before we
I
got
am?
I
married.
personally would have freaked out. I personally would have freaked out. I'm sorry.
No, y'all don't know Afua Serwaa. Afua Serwaa, I guarantee you, she knows what's going on in another country where her husband is right now. Afua Serwaa be knowing everything. Her little spidey senses be like this. She don't miss nothing.
So it took him some time to, get used to it. But once he saw, and then his father came through, and then his father and my father, who are both transitioned prior to us meeting, prior to us getting married. So they were not a part of the wedding in physical, they were there in spirit. They were together in spirit and gave a message to my husband that he met my father. He liked him. They had a beer together.
Oh my
So I was
God.
like, oh, they're doing fine then. If they had a beer together, they're doing wonderful. So I was excited or, elated to hear that his father had met my father, and his father sent the message back that he had met my dad and that they had had a drink together. So I knew then our marriage was solidified. We'd be fine. The dads were okay. Our moms were both alive together at that time. So I didn't have to worry about our moms, but our dads were together in spirit. So that was also another big thing that pulled us, in closer with him understanding and helping us, being supportive and believing in my spirit work.
Wow. So what is your spirit work? While we're on this topic, before we go and introduce the Queen Makeda, what do you do? And we were
Yeah.
talking about this in Thailand and yeah, what do you do?
I am a spiritual practitioner for the arc of your life. I support you from birth to transitions and everything in between. As a spirit practitioner, I am available to support your life events, marriages, births, children going through rites of passage. We have programs for that. Adult traditional Akan spirituality classes, traditional readings, consultations, baths, talismans, house blessings, house clearings, baby blessings, naming ceremonies. We do it all. We're here to cover your entire life cycle. I and the team are here to support you in making the best decisions for your life. We help you support you in making those major life decisions. And I know I made a bunch of decisions by myself. I wouldn't encourage others to do so. I would tell you, seek spirit, and everything that you do, every major life decision you have. Life insurance plans that you don't get to spend, your family get to spend. You have home insurance plans and stuff like that. You need life insurance plans. And this is spiritual life insurance plan. We want to get you aligned with spirit, aligned with your dharma, your karma, where you're supposed to be, doing what you're supposed to be. And that's what we are here to help you do.
So it's almost like having a spiritual practitioner on speed dial. Hey, I want to have a baby. Boom. We're going to do the ceremonies, the spiritual work for that. Hey, I'm thinking about dating this guy. Okay, let's do the spiritual work for that. Hey, I'm thinking about buying this house. Okay, let's do the spiritual work for that. Hey, I'm going to change careers. Hey, I'm going to do this. Hey, my child reached a milestone age. Hey, the baby is born in his 7 days. When do they do the naming ceremony for the baby? Look, Divine Destiny is like, info, please. They want to know who you are, because we're going to hook up everyone's information below this video. But tell us your website too while we're talking, so they can look at it while you're talking.
Yes, the website is www.nsromaservices.com, and Nsroma is an Adinkra symbol, NSOROMMA services, SERVICES.com. That's the website.
I started to get an Nsroma. I'm still thinking of getting it. A long time ago, I wanted to get an Nsroma tattoo right around my belly button. What does Nsroma mean?
Child of the heavens and the stars, like a guardianship. You talk to spirit, spirit talks to you. You're guarded and protected by spirit. You're a child of the heaven and the stars.
Excellent. Did I spell it correctly?
NSOROMMA.
Services.com.
Yes.
Okay. So what age is the baby supposed to get the naming ceremony? When is this supposed to happen?
7 days. It's really on the 8th day. So 7 days after a child is born. You're not supposed to call the name. You're not supposed to give the child a name, because it's a spirit. It's a soul. And it has its own mission. And I had to learn this the tough way. It has its own mission, its own destiny, its own purpose, its own assignment. And you are not to name it, unlike what we do in the West. We tend to already have the nursery set up, the name.
Before they tell them here, how do you know the name before they even get here?
Exactly. And the name should be given to them through spirit, because it speaks to the circumstances of their arrival. It speaks to their destiny. You don't just want to lolly dolly and name the baby Alizé after your favorite drink. Tangeray. Hypnotic. No,
we
ma'am.
got a lot of Alizé babies. Yeah, we do have Alizé babies. Okay.
Exactly. We do not want to do that. We want to speak life into the baby. We want to speak about the baby's destiny, because this is a lifelong karma until they transition. So on that 8th day, we present the baby to the community, the immediate family on the 8th day, and then to the heavens, the creator, back to the creator, and to the ancestors and Nsamafo. And that is the point they get their name, because they have decided to stay. If they stay beyond the 7 days, they have decided to stay. And that is often not true. We have stillborns. We have babies that make it 1 day, 2 days, 3 days a week, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. But after that, they may not stay. So you want to make sure that they have decided to kind of stay. And that's when you give them the name, and you actually present them back to the creator and their ancestors and their immediate family and community. You do one at 8 days, then again at 3 to 6 months when they're even bigger. You present them to the community at large, because you don't want a bunch of people in your home at 8 days. But at 3 to 6 months, the baby's bigger, everybody's doing well, mom's well. So you present the baby to the community at large.
Oh, that is so beautiful. You know, when we were in the village, when we were in Africa, we did all these customs, and it wasn't a question. And so what I love about the Orisha, what I love about all of the African deities and all of the spirits that come to us from Africa, is that it remained unbroken. So it seemed like you were ripped from your homeland and ripped from your religion and ripped from it stayed. It stayed in here. It's ancestral.
It's ancestral
It's
memory, and your body will remember it when you participate in our traditional services, which we call our cone, which is like a church service or a community service. You will feel it. The drumming alone will resonate throughout your body. Every time we have a service, somebody's shaking, trembling, running, screaming, because they feel the energy of spirit that they have not felt before. And we call that by doing the drumming, we're actually calling the spirit to you. So you'll definitely feel it, and you'll have the ancestral memory. Even if you don't think you from Africa, you will figure out that you are real quick, because the memory will resonate.
Do you know Afua Serwaa? That is exactly what happened. I went to a bembe and they started, and that's Yoruba, right? And
Yes.
they started playing them drums. Next thing you know, we was moving. That energy will move you. Next thing you know, I was doing a dance that I had never seen before. How did I know that dance? And I
Exactly.
can tell you other times I've been in Yoruba circles and they start singing a song, and I start singing the song like, how do I know this song? Boom, there it is. We
Exactly. Your
just cannot.
ancestry is in your blood, so
It's
it'll
in
pull
there.
itself back out.
It's in there. I love it. Okay, we're gonna hop over to Queen Makeda. Yay, Queen Makeda, join us this morning. So introduce yourself, Queen Makeda. How you loving? How you loving?
Loving well, and I am just so thankful to be here. And yes, I was introduced as Queen Makita, although many know me affectionately as Coach Michelle. So either one of the two, I can be addressed by. But to know me as Queen Makita is really to know me in my higher self. This was an elevated sacred name that was given to me recently. And with that, it just brought me into another level of being, another level of standing in my power, and another level of my gifts and services that I would bring to the community as well.
Hmm. I love it. So you were in Thailand. So what was your Thailand experience like? Why did you say yes to Thailand?
Oh my
And
goodness.
we none of
Well,
us can
first,
put it in words because it was just mind blowing. And while you talk about Thailand, I'm gonna bring up some pics. Hmm.
all right. Like she said, Thailand is beyond words. I came at the absolute best time. Thailand gave me a true opportunity to be with self. And when I say to be with self, to be with inner self. Um, as I stated, I was recently given the sacred name Queen Makeda, and going to Thailand and sitting with that, just sitting in all that Thailand had to offer, its serenity, its beauty, its tranquility, just the land itself, the energy of Thailand will uplift you. That in and of itself. And that goes without saying when you go to the Buddha, and not just going to see the Buddha, but literally being able to sit in meditation within the temple.
Oh,
Um, that that was a moment. That was a blessing placed upon me. We have all of these, um, I want to say, bucket lists that are created. And when you go to Thailand, it gives a new meaning to your bucket list. Because, we
mm,
see pictures of places and we want to go to the places based on the pictures we see. But to go to Thailand to see its beauty, but when you go there, you're literally in its energy. And in my travels, I have come to learn that the places that I have traveled, each of them, they carry a different energy.
yes.
And once you tap into that energy, you are able to revisit that energy at any given moment.
He had just
So
blessed the baby there. Uh-huh. Continue. Yeah.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
um,
Mm-hmm.
so, like I said, the energy and being able to tap into it. So just think, you go somewhere where it's complete serenity, tranquility. You are literally physically, um, there with the nature there, with the animals there. We had the opportunity to be with the elephants. We had the opportunity to literally be with adult tigers, to
Ooh.
see monkeys. I mean, just running around grabbing stuff, free to be who they are and to do what they were put here to do. I mean, all of those things, and we don't get to see that here. I
Mhm.
haven't been able to see that here as I've seen it there, and to be in the
Mhm.
energy of how much the people of Thailand, how they not just love each other, but how they love nature and love the animals, the preserves, the sanctuaries, everything that they have set aside for them. To literally have the monkeys, up there with the shrines of the temples, um, was just amazing. And it goes without saying when you talk about the sunrise and the sunset, like, um, to see that, to have that tattooed in memory, um,
Mhm.
goes without words. Yeah. So
How was the
so
great mhm. How
oh
was the
yeah.
great Buddha of Phuket for you? How was that?
Oh my goodness. Look at the picture you just brought up. Uh,
Yes.
let me tell you something. The energy of that. I mean, you have to ride all the way up the mountain to get to the Buddha.
Yeah.
That's one
Yeah.
thing, and it's
Highest
worth
point in Phuket. Yeah.
yeah, and it's worth the ride. So you are already anticipating, or like, okay, what is this going to be? I'm going all the way up here, from below you see it, but then you're like, how am I going to get there? And then actually to go up a mountain, and then when you walk through and you're at the bottom of the steps looking up, it's like I have arrived.
Mm.
I literally arrived. And then to look beyond and then to see all of Phuket that's before your eyes, that's below you. And I mean, what do you say? I mean, what do you say?
Unbelievable.
so
Unbelievable. There's Phuket. Unbelievable.
so I can say Thailand is somewhere I would definitely, definitely uh, visit once again. Um, I had the opportunity to. They have the marble stone for the temple. I had the opportunity to um, write on the marble stone that they're actually going to put place up in the temple. Um, so that would be there. The stamp to say that the Star family was there,
Yes, that
actually,
you contributed to
actually there.
the temple and to what went on at the temple. And you know what was really fascinating? All the Buddhas that they had all around. There
Oh,
were, I mean, how many Buddhas were in there?
And then those
let me tell you
Buddhas,
something.
they were one for every day of the week, and each position
Yeah,
meant something different. So, of course, I took videos of each particular Buddha from Sunday through Saturday. And Wednesday, there's two Buddhas. There's a morning Wednesday Buddha and an evening Wednesday Buddha with a different position. And the meaning behind it, it just truly was incredible.
right.
Um,
Then you had the Buddhas in the temple. The ruby Buddha, um, and I believe the other one was jade. It was a green, it was a jade. But the two Buddhas that were inside the temple where you were able to meditate.
Hmm.
Um, so it was like I had seen Buddhas that I had never seen before in my life.
Oh my goodness. They
Um,
had every hand position Buddha, every standing position Buddha, every sitting position Buddha. Every Buddha meant something different.
and right there, the picture you just had up, they literally had someone there that you could sit and that you could do the poses with for meditation. So
Hmm.
they even had someone there to guide you through that you could literally sit in the space of the Buddha, do the poses and do the meditation.
Here's the monk right there leading them with his all white on, very peaceful, very happy. He probably has some weed with him. right? Very happy. Because everybody there has weave. It's completely legal. It's completely everywhere. People are very happy. They're just very
Yes,
happy. Let me
it
see
was
if I can
everywhere.
get some of our little monkey friends. There goes one of our monkey friends. Harmony, what happened with you and your monkey friend?
Oh, it was the greatest moment of my life.
Yeah,
That monkey right there, I believe even was the monkey. I
I
believe it
think
was
he was
him.
the one that did it. He was the
Yes,
perpetrator.
it was him.
Yeah, it was him. That's your friend.
So yeah, I purposely was bringing out a bag of chips from my purse for him to take. And before I could even, he heard, I don't know if he heard it, smelled it, I don't know. But as soon as the purse opened, when I tell y'all, like that little perch y'all saw him walking across, he jumped down within 3.5 seconds. And it was so swift. Took it out of my bag and then jumped to the highest point of the tree so he didn't have to share with any of the other monkeys. My brother has a video of one of the monkeys stealing somebody's wine cooler, opening it up with his hands. It's one drunk monkey running around Thailand in this moment. Like he
Drinking the wine cooler.
drinking a wine cooler. It made me so happy. It made me so happy that I went back the next day with another bag of chips just so I could reenact the moment for y'all, and take a video of it because I wasn't even ready the first time it happened.
Oh my goodness, the pictures were incredible. The pictures and the videos, incredible. How did you like the Great Buddha of Phuket, of Serwaa? How was that for you?
It was wonderful. I have been meditating more, and my husband, still hadn't picked up on it, but I'm like, he was like, "Oh, this is," I said, "Yes, babe, these are the positions. This is the sitting." He said, "Oh, okay." And then when the monk blessed us, he really enjoyed that. He still has his bracelet on now,
My
even in
dad still
Ghana.
has
And
He
his
y'all
has
went
it.
on
bracelet
your knees. You
on.
did go on your knees up to the monk, right?
Yes, he
On your
blessed us
knees.
together. Yes.
Wow.
Aw. Well,
How did
my
you?
dad still has his bracelet on, and it's been like a month.
Your brother still has his bracelet
My
on?
dad still has his
Your
bracelet
dad?
on, and my dad said he's never taken it off. My mom's like, "When are you taking it off?" He's like, "Oh, when it falls off."
Oh,
He still
wow.
has it on. He said he is not taking it off.
Look at that. The energy at the big Buddha was off the charts. I think things could be healed in your body temple from that. I think things could be healed in your emotions. I think things could be set right in your mind just being in the space because the energy was off the charts at that big Buddha Phuket. And then we had a little surprise. We went to Tiger Park. So how was that for you, Queen Makeda? Queen Makeda had an interesting experience with the tigers. How was that for you?
You know what? The Tiger Park was such an experience. Just going to the Tiger Park takes me to ACM, like all things are lessons God would have you learn. And when we initially went to the Tiger Park, it was like part of me wanted to go on with the Tigers, but the logical side of me was like, "Girl, you're not going
Girl,
over there
those are
with
some
brothers."
real
And
tigers.
right, like like what's going on with it? All of these questions, and that was and that was the logical side of the mind at work and not spirit at work. And I actually sat with it, and I talked about it, talked over it, and I actually went back the next day on my own and went in there with the tigers myself.
How
And
was
it was
it?
that was such an empowering experience. I think empowering is one of the best words I could say. It was empowering. It was freeing and liberating. It was like, I gave myself a yes. It was a yes for me to say that there is nothing that I can't do. It was a yes for me to say spirit is always with me. And it was a yes for me to say that I am always safe. I am always protected. Um, there is no hurt, harm, or danger that come nigh my dwelling. My person is always safe and secure. So that's why I say that was a very empowering, liberating, and freeing experience for me. Um, to be able to, I say logical mind, but along with that logical mind, a lot of that is fear. So it was a moment. able to eliminate the fear, to know that I
Mm,
could conquer the fear and I can take that experience into any other experience that comes my way when fear attempts to hold me back from what I know a true inheritance is my true
mm,
right. So,
mm. I tell you, you know, that was the baby tigers that you were just looking at, because they had the baby tigers, and then of course they had the real ones. Now, when Harmony and I went to the big daddy, daddy mama tigers, we were like, okay. I walked past this one. I didn't even know this one was there taking a nap. I was like, okay, there's a tiger over there. The man was like, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Harmony, how were you with that? This one, I think this one was sedated. But tell me, how was it for you, Harmony, taking those pictures with those tigers?
Honestly, I never gave it a thought. When you said we were gonna do it, I was like, "Ooh, I have a animal print dress in my bag." Ooh, like I'm an animal person. Like so, to me, the closer I can get to animals, the better. Now, bugs, that's a whole nother story. I don't want
Yeah.
to go nowhere where there's spiders and cockroaches or anything like that. But a
Uh,
tiger, no fear. Like I'm more afraid of a little bug than I would ever be of any animal. Whether it even if a snake, a mouse, a rat, I don't know. I'm a really big animal person. So that to me, I believe that was probably one of the reasons why I love Thailand so much, other than its beauty. Like it was the most beautiful place I'd ever been. To be up close and personal with animals in the way that we
oh
were.
my goodness, they are just like right there with animals, tigers and
Yes.
elephants, and
Elephants,
people have an
the
elephant in their
monkeys.
backyard. Like, hey,
Yes. Like there were the animals made me so happy. Um, I must have been Dr. Doolittle in a past life. I don't know.
a lifetime. Okay,
Yes,
so since you're speaking of Dr. Doolittle, can you transition us, segue us to the elephants? How is the elephant park?
the animals, the elephants for me was one of the high was the reason why I wanted to go to Thailand in the first place. Like Coach Michelle Queen Makeda had said earlier, when you look on social media, if you've never been to a place, all you can see are other people's memories.
Yeah.
So one of the biggest things that I have saw with Thailand were the elephants, and I'm like, ooh, I can't. I want to go to Thailand so I can be with the elephants, and it was better than I could have ever possibly imagined. Feeding them was amazing, like feeding the elephants the bananas, and then one
Lord,
of the elephants stole the whole bushel of
grab
bananas
the
from
whole thing
Connie.
up.
Just took the
Oh
whole
my
thing.
goodness. Look at Harmony with her two elephant friends.
Yes, they
She
made
gave her
me
an
so
elephant hug.
happy.
Look at
I
that.
did get a hug. Even
Oh,
the elephants are happy.
yeah. Oh, so beautiful. How was you all's experience at the elephant park? How did you all like it? Shimoda, Queen Makeda, Afua Serwaa. How was your experience at the elephant park?
It was wonderful. My husband and I were just in bliss. I guess that's the word for it. We were able to brush the elephant in the water. Um, get to touch it up close. The pictures. The elephant raised its trunk for us to go up under its head. I mean, the words are just not even coming. Bliss is one of them. Total, I guess, bliss, because I'm like, you don't have these opportunities to be this close to these large animals or just these kinds of animals, period. So it was just blissful, the entire thing.
And was it me or did they not stink? You know, like when you go to the zoo in the US, like the elephants, you walk by, you're like, ooh, like I didn't even smell
Yeah,
elephant.
there
None of
wasn't.
that.
There were no stinky smells at all. No.
Afua Serwaa was giving him a drink of water with his
And I think he sprayed it on you all.
He's like, thanks for your drink of water there. Like, so incredible. And they're just gentle giants. They're so gentle. They are so gentle. And so that was a lot for me, because my totem is elephant and butterfly. And when we were in Dubai, we went to Butterfly Garden. It was so surreal. I'm like, am I feeding an elephant bananas right now? Do you ever have that go on inside yourself? Like, is this really happening right now?
Every single day in Thailand was that day for me. Every single day. The fish market, I'm a seafood person. The fish market, I don't even know what to say about that. Like shrimp, literally as big as your forearm, the whole forearm. Lobsters bigger than like a small child. Like I'm not even over exaggerating. One thing that we did notice was every night, about around what, like 6 or 7, like the ocean would just kind of go away, and it
Everybody
wouldn't come
go
back
back.
until the next morning at 11 a.m. So in the night, all you saw was people outside fishing, but it would really wasn't fishing because they were just going out there picking up, the lobsters, the crab, the shrimp, whatever, um, because there was no water. And obviously, not all of the sea life could go with the water as fast as the water goes. So all you saw were people out there, fishing with their walking across the mud, I guess is what we would call it, where the water was earlier that day. And then every day at the fish market, it was fresh fish, from fish to stuff that I've never even seen or heard of. So the fish market alone was worth the trip to Thailand. Every single day for me was like, wow, wow, wow. I don't think I've said wow so many times in my life.
That fish market was insane. I mean, shrimp like your arm.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't know what we eating in the US, but it ain't shrimp.
Oh my goodness. And everything, they just pulled it right out the water that day. They say when you eat seafood in America, it's average shrimp, average about
Two
two
years.
years that it's been
2
frozen.
years frozen.
Huh. That's where we were staying in Phuket. What were y'all experiences of the food and the Shimoda? And before we wrap up, Shimoda and I had a delicious watermelon and coconut smoothies. What was your experience of the food and dining and whatnot?
I want to say something about the place we stayed at in
Oh
Thailand.
my goodness, yes.
It was beautiful. Just to sit by the water every morning, and you was doing the 40-day prosperity calls,
Yeah.
and just getting there, just sitting,
It's
looking out at the water, and the beautiful breakfast, the beautiful people. Um, it was just phenomenal. The place was wonderful. The breakfast, which was included with
breakfast
where we
included.
were staying. Look at that breakfast. It was just absolutely amazing. I was like, in paradise. That's what it was for me, living in paradise.
Paradise.
Mm.
That resort was so gorgeous. I keep just looking at just clips of it, and I keep looking at, just the room. We do a room tour. I have a room tour coming up. I think this might be a little bit of clip too from where we were staying. I have tons of raw footage that's going to be coming up on the YouTube channels that will be edited, of course. So we had the pool, then we had the ocean water. Uh, it was beyond, beyond, beyond. So, as we wrap up this Thailand conversation, I think we're going to have a different conversation for Dubai, because this whole conversation was Thailand, because Thailand was just that, like, oh. So, what
It
would you
needed
say?
its own conversation. It did.
Thailand, it did need its own conversation, didn't it? Because, so how are you changed from Thailand, and what would you tell someone as we wrap up? What would you tell someone who's watching? Even if it's not Thailand coming up, we're going to look at all the incredible excursions that we have coming up. When you go to valerielove.com, you see that we have coming up Greece, Italy, Egypt, and Zanzibar, and we have a special for each one of these. We have a special for you for each one of these. So tell us how you're different now that you've gone on these incredible excursions with us. We love it. We love it. We love you. So tell us how you change, and what would you say to someone who's watching? Because people always say, I've been watching y'all go on the trips. Who wants to go first?
I want to go.
Okay.
So I've been listening to you since like last year. You was doing the Course in Miracles lessons, and I would hear about your travel adventures and like living through you, right? And so because of you, I decided, okay, um, she said not to take so many bags. So I decided I'm going to do a carry-on bag. And so I was able to do that. Now, mind you, I had to, when I got to Saudi Arabia, I had all the stuff that I brought that I had to borrow one of my brother's bags to check and bring home.
Because as
But
you were going, you were picking up things all along the way.
yes, so but it was phenomenal that I was able to just do a carry-on bag for a month. And
A
and
month,
you a
one
month,
carry-on bag.
yes. And then you did that video on I'm not taking any bag. I'm just taking my passport
No,
and
no
my
luggage.
phone or wallet.
This was
That was
me
just
getting on the plane. That was it.
that was
Passport and phone.
so being on the trip with you, because I got to get with you the first day because we came in on the same day before
Got
anybody
there
else came in.
early.
And
Yeah.
that was just phenomenal to be with you and to, go shopping with you in the mall and
We
just
were
that
in
whole
that giant mall for how many hours, Shimoda? About seven
at
hours.
least 6 hours in that mall. I have never been in a mall that
I've
much.
never seen a mall like that in my entire life, and I'm a shopper. I'm a global shopper. I haven't seen a mall like that in any country.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's phenomenal. The malls in Thailand, the malls in Dubai, the malls in Saudi Arabia, they're all like huge and shiny and fabulous. You don't see that in New York.
No,
Those malls, those
you
type of
don't.
malls. And
And
the
we know
aquarium. And the aquarium in oh well,
the
that's Dubai.
aquarium
That's Dubai's
in,
conversation.
In Dubai, the aquarium.
Yeah.
And Reverend Evelyn is commenting, "Welcome, Reverend Evelyn. How you loving?" Y'all know Reverend Evelyn from the Enlightenment Circle. Reverend Evelyn was not Reverend then; she is now Reverend Evelyn. I witnessed it with my own eyes. I saw her ordination at Intervisions Institute for Spiritual Development, and Reverend Evelyn says, "I love elephants. I'm coming the next time you do a Thailand visit." I love that, Reverend Evelyn. Evelyn, we would love to have you come with us. We would love it. She's an amazing being, an amazing being. So, Shimoda, what would you say to people who are watching, who always watch? Oh, continue, Shimoda.
Yes. No. You gotta be in it. You gotta be there. You can't have all these different experiences, the sensations, looking at it on YouTube or whatever. You just can't do it. You have to be there. Because things happen and different connections happen, different conversations happen that you wouldn't have if you're not there. So definitely take the trip, take many trips. It's life changing. So
Oh my
thank you.
goodness, I love it. I love it. And you know what I love about all of you? All of you all own the Globetrotter and some more than one Globetrotter, which is our NFT, which means you just swipe that and you go on all the trips without ever paying a registration fee again. So that is one of the best things that you can do for your own spiritual growth and development, because then you no longer have to concern yourself with registering on the website. Even though we have a good deal coming up for you in just a minute before we wrap up, it still is all of you can go on all the trips and you don't have to concern yourself with a registration fee at all, which is really, a blessing. And I just love it, because just Thailand and Dubai by itself would have been about $11,000 per person from registration, right? Um, who's going next? Queen Makeda or Afua Serwaa on what would you say to the people that are watching?
Um, it goes back to what Shimoda said. Um, you have to be there. You literally have to get up off the couch. You have to take action. You have to move. You have to get your body moving. And above all else, you have to say yes for yourself, or the way Harmony say it. You better say hell yes. It better be hell yes.
Hell yeah. Come on, that's yeah, hell yes.
And you gotta say hell yes to yourself. Each time I go on one of these excursions, something in me elevates. A different part of me elevates. Um, it with being in this community, I've been able to. no longer work. Um, and that could be you. You could be ready to make that move, but to make that step, to take that leap of faith for yourself. And a lot of these journeys, if you haven't done it already, these excursions, these soul excursions, can get you there. There is such transformation with travel. Um, when you decide to embark on this journey, the transformation begins once you say yes to self. The transformation begins. I'll say it that way. You make the step of your flight, your hotel. You're going somewhere more than likely where you don't speak the language, and you find out that you can still navigate and communicate, um, and have the time of your life while you're there. And these places become places that you say, I'm coming back.
Mm,
But you gotta make the first move. You gotta take the first step. And for me, I see this as a way, to not only inspire you, but empower you to do just that. Take the next step, whatever it is for you. If it's entrepreneurship, if it's, like I said, leaving at 9 to 5 and doing whatever that may be. If it is something, I don't know what spirit has in store for you, but when you're able to do this, you are truly able to tap into spirit a whole lot deeper, um, than where you were. And like I said, we went to Thailand. That was a place that I would say the one of the ultimate places that you would want to go and sit in meditation, sit and
mm,
have spirit speak to you, get your next move. I'll tell you this. I went there, and one of the moves that I got was to rebrand coaching for me. Where my coaching was just Michelle Starr inspires. Man, now I'm going from guns to goddess. I'm
guns
ready
to
to,
goddess.
yes, I'm ready to I'm ready to speak with you. I'm ready to support you on your journey of thinking or believing or have an understanding, um, that you got to defend yourself, that you got
Mm,
to protect yourself from something. I mean, people say I'm that superwoman as a badge of honor. And what I'm saying is, you can be a goddess and be in strength as well. And you can do it in such a luxurious way. It's using the feminine side of you, rather than thinking you got to use your strength and your muscle and doing and go after all these things. Why not have you attract what you want, just being you, just being the goddess in you, and get everything that your heart desires? Right.
amen. And you know what I love about Guns to Goddess? That you were a sergeant in Washington, D.C. Like that's like a lot. And having to have that kind of readiness and that kind of armor, and now you have come to this incredible place where you are exhibiting the luxuriousness. Well, you always had the luxuriousness of the goddess is now expressing more than ever, and the elevation and the soul work on the planet of bringing other women out of their hardcore crust. I got to have up this armor, as you say, that I am coming into the power of the divine goddess. I'm coming into that power. Like the goddesses, they would be taking heads more than the gods. In some of these stories, if you read some of these stories about these goddesses, they would be taking heads and wearing them on belts, right? Some of these goddesses are not to be trifled with. So when we come into goddess energy, we don't mean that you're going to let go of all your boundaries and you're going to let go of all your strength and your power. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about is being sourced now from the goddess. And that's just a different vibration completely. So helping women access that is a beautiful thing, especially in a world that kind of tells women you got to be tough, you got to be, it's some very interesting things are going on the planet with regard to gender. And so it's beautiful to stand for the goddess. It's beautiful. I love it. I love it.
And yeah,
All right. Of course, Waz going to give us the last comment. So tell us, what would you say to people that are watching?
What I would say to people who are watching, because I can hear you at home right now, I don't have the money to go. My bank account. So I'm going to first start by quoting Coach from day 9 of 40 Money Mantras. Get the hell up out of broke. Let's go there. Get your relationship right with money so you can also have a golden ticket and jet set around the world with us and our larger soul excursion community. 2, I want to quote Queen Makeda. She said, I don't know what spirit has in store for you, but guess what? I can help you hear what spirit has in store for you. You may not have heard it, but I'll translate that message because they'll talk to me. So visit Trauma Service if you want to know what spirit has for you, help you sort through what spirit has for you so you can get your relationship right with money, get your golden ticket, hear what spirit has for you and your family, and then it's just to get out there and go. You got at that point, step out and move. And then your life will never be the same. So I welcome everybody to get your relationship right with money. Continue to watch Coach with the 40 Money Mantras, the 40 Money Spells, the ACIM, whatever you got to do to get your relationship right. So with money, so that money will not be your excuse. Because I hear you all at home now, I don't have the money to go to Thailand to Dubai. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You need your relationship right with it so it will flow in and out, go like it's supposed to, just like that ocean did in Thailand. It went out and it came in multiple times a day. Not once. It went out, the tide went out, and the tide came in multiple times a day. So get your money right and your relationship, your mind right about your money. And then you'll be able to get your golden ticket and go, because you got to be there. You got to feel it. You got to be with spirit to know. And then there's no stopping you. Life is unstoppable at that point.
Ooh, come on. I used to play that money game with myself. And what I realized is, I don't really want to do it, or I'm too afraid to do it. And so I'm using money as an excuse. Let me stop doing that and let me do the things that I really want to do. So I've got to give it up to every one of you here in the live stream, because every one of, I won't even say you, every one of us has invested very deeply in our own spiritual unfoldment to the tune of thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars over years. And we have done spiritual practices that have required a lot of us, a lot that people will not see. That all happened behind closed doors. So for all of you that did that work, and for all of you watching who are doing that work, know that that work matters. Just because we can't see all your meditations, and just because we can't see the things you do, the candle lighting ceremonies you do, the full moon rituals, the new moon rituals, the going to the river, and all the other things that your spiritual practices require of you, we're not supposed to see that. We're supposed to see the results of that. Okay? We're not supposed to see all of that. That's between you and spirit, right? That's in your secret chamber. We're going to see the results of it. Your results are public. And it speaks to what you do in private. So congratulations to all of you who in private were holding it high. And that's why you're having these very public results. So congratulations, right? For everyone who's coming with us to Egypt. I said Egypt first, but Greece is the next one coming up. Greece, Italy, Egypt, Zanzibar. We're just going to pull it up real quick. Harmony, can you say anything to us? You give us the closing remarks, and I'm just going to pull it up. We have $1,000 off. Coupon code is in the chat. It's called FLY, and you get $1,000 off any of the trips up until April 30th. And we also have accommodations included for you. So, Harmony, you want to say anything about what we got coming up?
Well, I just want to say, yesterday I had a funny haha moment. I took my car in because I thought I needed a wheel alignment, and my friend is a general manager at a Chevrolet dealership, and he sold me the car a year and a half ago. And when he sold me the car, it had 8,000 miles on it. So, and I was like, I need a wheel alignment. He gets in my car, and he was like, "You put 40,000 miles on your car in 1 year. Where did you even drive to? Every time I look at you, you're on a plane." And when he said that, I just busted out laughing. I don't know how I put 40,000 miles on a car in a year, but I did, while traveling the globe on a plane. So that was just funny to me. And I just wanted to say, I hear so many times how when we were in Thailand, so many people are like, "Oh, I'm coming with y'all next time." We were in Dubai. "I'm coming with y'all
You
next
always get people to say that next time.
next time." I just want you all to know there are 196 countries. Go with us where we're going next time. There are elephants and wildlife in Zanzibar. We definitely will be on some sort of a safari in Zanzibar. What I see so often is people who are afraid to live just as much as they are afraid to die. So we
Mm.
will sit here and watch other people live their life. Reverend Love told me, "Yeah, Harmony, I feel like your life on social media looks like a highlight reel." And I kind of take that as a compliment because, like Coach Michelle said, if it ain't a hell yes, it's a no for me. So if you know something is a hell yes, live your life now. Live your life today. Tomorrow ain't promised to none of us. Live
Mm.
your life today. Don't wait for Thailand to come back around. Don't wait for Dubai to come back around. We got Greece, we got Italy, we got Egypt, and we got Zanzibar. And if you have a pulse, one of those countries resonates with you. I know it does. If you have a pulse, one of those countries resonates within you. Kind of like how Afua was like when her husband saw her at a funeral crying and beat red, his heart was palpitating. I know one of these trips got your hearts palpitating. Don't wait for us to go and look at our highlight reel and say, "Ooh, I'm going to go next time." No, go this time. We got 4 trips coming up in 2023. What's up? It's a $1,000 off special. Be with us this time when we go to Greece. Be with us this time when we go to Italy. Be with us this time when we go to Egypt. And if y'all not there in Zanzibar, y'all gonna be real, real sad. Zanzibar is I have a feeling that Zanzibar is going to be one of those next level trips like Thailand. I have a feeling that Zanzibar is going to be one of those places when you land, you can't even believe. Heaven is a state of mind. Heaven is right here on earth, and you can have it. We all have access to it. You may not see it. Like I live in Cleveland, Ohio. It's been 80 degrees all week, and it's going to snow on Monday and Tuesday. I might look out my window and I might not see heaven here on earth. Get outside of your comfort zone and you will see the life that is possible for you to live. Thailand was one of those places where I could seriously, how Rev is like living in Mexico, I could seriously see myself living in Thailand 3 months out of every year. I could see that was
Afua is not in her head. We
Definitely. Yeah, husband and I had already looked at our cabana and thought about we could build some cabanas just like this. Oh yeah, for sure.
Yes.
We're gonna all be hanging out in Thailand like once a year or whatever.
Yes, January through March, y'all probably gonna find me in Thailand. So, Rev, any more of our excursions, we kind of got to go after March. Well, I guess I can meet y'all from Thailand. But I'm so serious when I say that. I have fur babies, and I'm like, okay, I know they couldn't do a 16-hour flight, but let me try to figure out how I can do 8-hour incremental flights so that I can get them across the globe, because there's no way that that's going to be my only time in Thailand. Like, I resonated so much with Thailand, and you don't know these things until you get there. That never happened in any of the other 20 countries I went to. Oh, this is nice. I might come back. I might not. But Thailand was like, oh no, baby, this is your home. Like, I wanted to stay.
Soul vibes.
I cried because I didn't want to leave.
Yeah. Strong soul vibes.
Yes.
In Thailand.
Yes, I cried saying goodbye to the waitress that served me every morning. I cried leaving the front desk, and then the resort that I was staying at, they gave me a beautiful bag with a beautiful note in it as I was leaving out as a goodbye gift, and I was like, that's the first place ever that I cried because I did not want to get on the plane to go home. So
was it that you didn't want to leave Thailand, or you didn't want to leave the watermelon juice? Which one was it? or was
It
it
was
both?
the monkeys.
It
It
was just
was
all
the
of it.
monkeys and the shrimp and the big Buddha and the elephants and the tiger
And
and
the
the
tiger
princess
and
and the beaches.
and,
It was it
and the
all.
beast
I didn't want to leave
and
heaven.
the
I
sex
didn't want
and
to
the
leave
weed. Let's
paradise.
throw in the sex and the weed too. All of it.
All of it, all of it, all of it.
Oh my God, I'm here for all of it. Well, thank y'all so much for coming and inspiring the family on a Saturday morning. We so love you. All of the practitioners that you see in this live stream of Serwaa is a Okomfo. Her information will be down below. Queen Makeda, her information will be down below. And Shimoda, the incredible artist who has art that sells in museums. Yes, Shimoda, in the United States and soon across the world. Her info will be below too. I love y'all. Thank you so much
Love
for
you
being
too.
here. I love y'all so much. And thank y'all for trusting the process enough to get on a plane and go all the way to Thailand and say, we're going to do this retreat in Thailand. I just love y'all. I just love y'all. So have a beautiful day. All right, family. Peace. Love
Thank
you.
you.